Hello, we are going to talk about today overview of BFSI sector. That is, BFSI sector is banking, financial services, and insurance. So let us just move on. Hello, the first session of this discussion is overview of BFSI sector. What is BFSI sector? It is nothing but banking, financial services, and insurance. Let us just talk about sector point by point. You all know about something called gross domestic product. Gross domestic product is nothing but which determines the economic wellness of a country. Unless you know the GDP, which is in a short form it is called GDP, you don't know about where the country stands for. So let us talk about GDP. GDP is the contribution of all sectors, basically agriculture sector, manufacturing sector, service industries. You know that BFSI industry has contributed to the growth of GDP. In turn, you will come to know about the strength of the economy. This industry, that is BFSI, has helped the other industries to contribute significantly. Let us see how is it. See the share of BFSI industry in the Indian economy. The BFSI sector is one of the major contributors to the Indian economy. If you see the picture on the display, you can see that various percentage we have just depicted, starting with agriculture, manufacturing, services, BFSI and public admin. If you look at BFSI sector is contributing around 14% of the total contribution. So from that we can infer that how much is important the BFSI sector plays a role in the growth of the economy. Let us see India's competitive advantage against other nations. If you see the following diagram, if you see that on the vertical side we have put projected workforce for the year 2020, and we on the vertical side we have put people strength, whereas we have defined the people strength as productivity and quality, cost, then English language skills. If you look at India, we are on the right hand top corner, where we stand both in the terms of numbers and as well as quality. So India is competitive both in terms of numbers as well as quality. This data has been taken from World Competitiveness Yearbook 2001, Britannia Yearbook. Now let us see the Indian economic scenario. Indian economy has been witnessing a phenomenal growth during the last decade. It is now the second fastest growing economy in the world after China. If you look at the growth rate for the year 2018, we have achieved around 7.4%. And if you look at for the year 2019, we have achieved around 7.8%. As a whole, we expected to see a number of opportunities in the coming years. BFSI sectors being a big component of the economy will also grow significantly. The banking sector growth in India, we can say it has witnessed expansion in number of branches. We have seen growth in deposits. We have seen growth in loans. The larger population being covered through new initiatives of industry as well as government. It's with more competition. If you look at, if you just happen to see one bank as on date, take the case of State Bank of India, where we have only around 8 to 10,000 branches somewhere in the year 1970 or 80, whereas today, if you look at, it is more than 40,000 branches. That is the way Indian banking is growing. If you see this, look at this picture. The following figure displays the top 10 largest economies by GDP in terms of PPP. It means purchasing power parity, expected by the year 2020. Starting from, you see the bottom, where is China is number 1, and next to us USA, third is India. So India, if you see look at the figure, it comes to around 10,226, which means so much billion, which is almost 1 trillion. So we can call Indian economy as a 1 trillion economy. If you look at over the next 10 years, we will be 10 trillion economy in terms of GDP. That is the way India is growing. We expect that the Indian economy will become the world's third largest economy by the end of this year, which is by 2020. The economy is witnessing a period of high growth. So what are the key performance indicators? Why insurance sector will witness a tremendous growth? See, when we talk about BFSI sector, we are talking about banking, financial services and insurance. So far we have seen banking, now let us see the insurance. So why insurance sector will witness a tremendous growth in India? Insurance penetration in India has risen from 3 to 3.47% from around 2.71 in the year 2001. It means the ratio of premium underwritten in a given year to the gross domestic product. Otherwise, if we look at in a different way, if you see that the number of people who are covered under insurance is more or less 3 to 5%. It is not more than that. So it indirectly gives an information saying that we need to cover more people under insurance. The next part is foreign direct investment. If you look at our foreign direct investment, which is an investment made by other companies from different countries, it is increased by $855 in terms of million. It is USD 855 million in November 2018. But if you look at from 1995 to 2018, it has almost crossed more than 1,328.99 US dollars in million terms. If you look at the growth of this foreign direct investment in the year 2017, it was around 8,517 USD millions in terms of millions in the year in the month of August 17, whereas it has got some low record also, which was 1,336 USD million terms in the year November 2017. Positive outlook for BFSI sector in India. High density of population, percentage of Indian population covered is low for banking. It is one branch for every 15,000 persons in India, whereas in developed countries like US, UK, Germany, we have one branch for 5,000 people. Then with regard to insurance services, less than 5% of Indians are covered. With regard to participation in equity markets, less than 3% of Indians participate in the equity markets. Globally, economic development and growth is accompanied by need for more banking, need for more insurance services, and higher participation in equity markets. Why is BFSI is a growth sector in India? The reasons are India's growth necessarily needs a robust and growing financial system. As a thumb rule, if India grows at say 8%, the banking sector will grow at a healthy rate of 24%. Many new players have emerged in the last 20 years in the BFSI sector. More liberalization leading to more opportunities through expansion of the financial system. BFSI has one of the most preferred and sought after carriers. Public trust in banks, strong regulatory mechanism, legacy spread over several decades. What is the connection between BFSI, foreign banks and back office? Let us see that. Some of the foreign banks in India are Citibank, HSBC, Standard Chartered, Deutsche Bank and Barclays Bank. Foreign banks and multinational corporates have set up their back offices or captive BPOs in India. The reason being, India is one of the favorite global destinations for these companies. We have young, educated, English-speaking population with good skills available at a lower cost. Over 50,000 people in India are involved in BFSI area in foreign banks or back offices. Some of the back offices in India are Scope. It is called Scope International, which is a subsidiary of Standard Chartered Bank. There is another company called Hope, HOPE, which is a subsidiary of Hong Kong Bank. And we have JP Morgan Chase, we have Deutsche Bank, and we have got Royal Bank of Scotland, which is called RBS CPS. And finally, we have Barclays Bank. With regard to investment bank in India, many leading banks in India and foreign banks operating in India as well as financial services companies are engaged in investment banking activities. How is BFSI connected to IT companies and BPOs? BFSI vertical or BFSI area or a domain is the largest part of IT and BPO companies. BFSI contributes about 41% of the IT industry's revenue. Offshore BFSI business constitutes about 40% of the total IT or ITES exports from India. Top IT companies in India having BFSI verticals are Tata Consultancy Services, Infosys Technologies Limited, Wipro Infotech Limited. Around 1 million people are employed in the BPO industry. Why should you consider a career in the BFSI sector? The BFSI sector in India is the third largest employer. 1.5 million jobs possible against present jobs of 0.9 million. Reputed and established Indian brands to choose from are SBI, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, Canara Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank. Many global brands to choose from are HSBC, Standard Chartered, Deutsche Bank and Morgan Stanley. Even we have Royal Bank of Scotland. The rapid growth of the sector, good employment opportunities, large size of companies, career growth opportunities, mobility across firms, for example, insurance to mutual funds and mutual funds to wealth management. Global opportunities and continuous learning. Financial services is large sector globally. BFSI is a global industry where there is constant innovation, international career possibilities, and excellent opportunity for global mobility. Dynamic sector where new kinds of products and services are launched. Social factors, networking opportunities, respected and important profession, entrepreneurial opportunities, possibility of starting on one's own firm, possibility of becoming a consultant through capacity building. If you have any questions, maybe you can post it on our website and we will get back to you with the answers. Now, as a summary, what we have learned from this particular session is BFSI industry contributes to the growth of GDP by helping other sectors. BFSI industry offers huge scope for employment and career development, and many services related to BFSI industry are outsourced to India. We will go to the next section after some time.